morning from a windy and chilly New York. Hello and good morning from the cold, windy and chilly New York. I'm very happy to be back here, the place where this beautiful hobby started actually half a year ago, and let's see how it goes today, but we are very positive that we can stay here, and it's amazing to be back. It's blue skies today, very windy. The fall is really coming into New York, and gone are the days when where you're sweating here in 95 degrees weather, where you have to be scared about your equipment going out. And it's going to be a great day of plane spotting. And we have already the first departures, the first heavies waiting for departure and lining up for runway 31 left. So what can we expect today? A beautiful day. A beautiful day of plane spotting. We have some great airplanes coming in today. We have currently Cathay Pacific A350-1000 lining up on runway 31 left on the way to Hong Kong. Later on, we have a special for you. We have a special for you, Saudia 777-300 in the new Formula E livery with a blue fuselage at the tail, a beautiful livery. We expect departure of this beauty at around noontime. But now Cathay Pacific A350-1000, while we see Asiana A350-900 landing in the background on runway 31 right. So we had winds. We currently have winds coming from the northwest. That means we have runway 31 operations. In a moment I'll show you how beautiful the skyline of New York is today when you have no haze, when you have a clear but cold fall day. Guys, what about that? How does that look? How does that look? Looks good? And we have a premiere today. As you might see, we have memberships. And guess who is the first member? Marcus, our moderator. Marcus, thank you very much. You are officially the first member of the channel. Congratulations, and great support for the channel. It's much appreciated. And also Marcus is our moderator here. And thank you and congratulations for member number 1. Well, we see here ANA 777-300 coming in from Tokyo, Haneda. On runway 31 right. And we have here Delta 767. Is it a 300 or a 400? I'm not sure. I have to check. Let me check on Flight Radar. This is 767-400 with a breast cancer livery. And we already have the next arrivals from Marcus. He's already active. Thank you. In the next 20 minutes. 5 heavy. We just saw ANA 777-300 from Tokyo, Haneda. We will see Korean A380-800 from Seoul. Japan Airlines A350-1000 also coming in from Tokyo, Haneda. And Korean Cargo 777 Freighter from Anchorage. But we are waiting for 12 o'clock for noontime for Saudia 777-300. Finally, I will be able to catch her on her outbound flight. That will be amazing. No clouds today. Beautiful blue sky. It was quiet for a little bit, guys, after the last show we had in Chicago, which was amazing, by the way. Chicago O'Hare plane spotting is amazing. Greetings going out to Chicago flights. And now the last day, they were filming right next to us, and it's an amazing airport, amazing plane spotters there, an amazing position where you can film. This was awesome. In the meantime, I'm back in the corporate world, so that's the reason why it was a little bit quiet, right? So, but now we have the weekends, and hopefully the weather will be compromising, and we can show you more airport action from New York. All right. And we have here JetBlue A321neo. Service to Los Angeles, LAX. All right, what do we have next? Marcus says Korean 380 on short final. Thank you, Marcus. Yep. Here I got him. Marcus, what's the plan for today? We want to stay, hopefully it'll work, to around 3 p.m. That's the plan for today. 3 p.m. Eastern, that's 9 o'clock your time. That's what we want to try. What we see here, Asiana A380 coming in from Seoul. Behind the trees, that's runway 31 right. Here with Delta. This is Delta flight 636, service to Honolulu, Hawaii. 767-300, 26 years young. Guys, when you hear that crackle sound, sometimes, especially when an airplane is taking off, that's my external microphone. So I had some issues, I had some trouble. It's a road, and I did send it in, and they sent me a replacement, but the replacement has it too. Alright, it was Delta 767 on her way to Honolulu, Hawaii. It's a lot warmer there right now. And we have over there Japan Airlines A350-1000 coming in from Tokyo, Haneda. Yeah, so I did send in the microphone to for them to check, but it looks like it's a common or it's a known issue too. So I guess we have no other choice than upgrading to a Sennheiser. I heard they are good. That's what's gonna come next. And we have a few more viewers. Hello and good morning from New York, from the windy and chilly New York. We have Gerwin. Hello from Schwabenmeer, Bodensee, Lake of Constance, right? Whilst we are waiting for the next arrivals, why don't we have a look? Why don't we have a look on the beautiful skyline of New York, where tomorrow is gonna be the annual New York City Marathon. So that's gonna be traffic-wise a little bit of a challenge. Let's see how the wind will be tomorrow. I'm thinking about maybe coming back tomorrow too, because we might have 04 operations tomorrow. We might have 04 operations tomorrow, and that means amazing videos, amazing pictures from airplanes coming in and flying right past our cameras here of Planes and Friends. But I need to check how the traffic will be, because the airport is in Queens and the New York City Marathon will go through Queens. Let's see how this one goes. I'm not sure yet. Might be a traffic nightmare, but I'll keep you posted. Let's see what we will have for departures. (10:15) at 10:50. Well, it's 11:10. It's a little bit delayed. We have a China Airlines cargo 777 freighter. That's for 11:10. So currently it's 10:42 here in New York on the East Coast. We will see a flight to Tokyo, American Airlines, at 11:28 on a 787-9 Dreamliner. At 11:20, we will have Qatar Airways, 777-300, on the way back to Doha. And then Emirates, 380-800. Unfortunately today not in the brand new NBA livery. That would have been amazing, but we will be lucky. We will be lucky. My friend Pete from New York City Aviation, his YouTube channel, he was the lucky guy on the inaugural flight of this 380. Also in beautiful sunlight and beautiful weather conditions. Great footage. Great job. So Emirates departure will be at 11:20, and then we have, let me see the Saudia. That was one of the main reasons why I was coming out today. That's estimated for 12 o'clock. Saudia 777-300. The livery is called, oh my god, my Arabic is almost not existing, Adiria E-Pre livery. And this looks like, let me just open it up. This looks like the Formula E racing. Take your seat at saudia.com. This is what you can see on the fuselage, on the rear side of the fuselage, the Formula E special colors, special livery at 12 o'clock coming up. And Marcus with the next update. More heavies in 25 to 45 minutes. Air France 350-900 from Paris. Singapore 777-300 from Frankfurt. That's flight SQ, what is it, 25? Turkish 330-300 coming in from Istanbul, and British Airways 777-200 from London Heathrow. Coming up in the next 25 to 45 minutes. Hear the waves in the background. I was arriving here with high tide, with super high tide actually. I had to drag my cart a little bit through the water, but now water is going back, so we are going towards the low tide in a few hours. And hello and good morning to Follow Me Aviation. How are you doing? Hello from New York. Nice to see you too. Marcus says this is Singapore SQ26. 25 is the other. Okay, all right. Yeah. I just remember the flight number barely because I used to be on these flights a lot. And it's actually the best flight to come into New York from Europe because, first of all, they don't arrive at the Delta terminal and they arrive here at around, it was at around 10:30, between 10:30, 11, depending on the wind and everything. So there's almost no one in front of you when you want to pass immigration. So that's a really good flight for you to save time, go through immigration, and if you have a connecting flight, you have high chances that you will catch your connecting flight. SQ26, that service from Singapore to Frankfurt, and then from Frankfurt to JFK. Highly recommended if you want to save some time, if you want to save yourself some headache coming into JFK, that's the flight for you to be on. Marie says, good morning. So this is the other side of JFK? Yes, this is the other side of JFK in Queens, where we have tomorrow the New York City Marathon, and that marathon goes through Queens as well. I saw yesterday at the Port Authority, like the bus terminal in Manhattan, I saw actually a runner running through the bus terminal. I've never seen that. and this is how I know that there is a marathon tomorrow. Of course, I looked it up later on in the bus, right? But I saw him running through the bus terminal, and usually it's the marathon is like either end of October, beginning of November, right? So yeah, that was my first encounter with someone, apparently someone that is going to participate tomorrow on the marathon. He was running through the bus terminal. Quite an experience. Only in New York. Only in New York. Marcus, to be precise, it is not Bayswater Park. It is Bayswater State Park. And let me tell you, Marcus, that is a heck of a difference. This is a difference that can make it or break it. It's Bayswater's Point State Park. But there's also a Bayswater Park. Don't get me wrong. The Bayswater Park is a city park. The Bayswater Park belongs to the city. The Bayswater Point State Park belongs to the state of New York. A whole different level. I can tell you from the headaches, it's completely different. It's completely different, especially when it comes to permits. It's Bayswater Point State Park. All right, we have currently JetBlue A220-300 departing on the way to Nashville. That's flight 1073. Then our next inbound will be American Eagle, Republic Airways, but flying for American Airlines. American Eagle, flight 4399, coming in from Cincinnati, Ohio. Maurice is asking arriving flights to fly right over you. So we don't have, unfortunately, 4 right at the moment. We have the 3-1s in operations. So that's why we don't have runway 4 active. That's a good chance for tomorrow, actually, because tomorrow we get the winds that would favor the 4 and the 2-2s operations. But at the moment, we have north or western winds. That's why we have the 3-1 in operations. And we have a 3-1 left arrival. So that was Delta Flight 1854 with service from San Juan in Puerto Rico. And that was a 3 hours and 30 minutes flight. The plane is 1 year old. What we see here. The new World Trade Center on your right. What is called the financial district of Manhattan. In my office is right behind there. My office is right behind there. So yes. Beautiful skyline of New York. Maurice, you're asking, is this a better spot than the hotel? Yes and no. Yes and no. Let me answer it that way. Yes, because you have a better light when it comes to filming, or when you're a digital shooter for like photography. Like it is better in the late morning until the evening hours to be on the other side of the airport, because the sun is right behind you, right? And you're more flexible. On the runways, you can cover from this point here the 3-1s operations, but also the 4 and the 2-2 operations. When you're over at the hotel, you're closer. You're closer to the entire airport operation. You have the apron in front of you, and it's just you're basically from late summer. From late summer on, you have backlit almost the entire day. So for videography, I don't think it's ideal. It's summertime. In summertime, like until late July, mid-August, you have great sunlight on the TWA hotel, approaching the late afternoons into the evening when the sun is coming around, right? When the sun is able to make it around and illuminates the apron pretty nice. But this is only possible. Into, I would say, realistically July, late of July. Everything what's going into end of August, it's from the light conditions, in regards of the light conditions, not ideal. But you're close. You're really close. Once you're able to make it up there, it's also a different kind of story, right? Once you will be able to make it up there, it is convenient, it is close, especially when you're not a local, right? I live here nearby, I'm a local, but if you book a room there and you want to have access to the terrace and do your filming and your plane spotting, it's very convenient. And Follow Me Aviation says this scenery is perfect. Yes, it is. Thousands of marathon runners tomorrow will enjoy this weather running through the streets of Manhattan. I think they start in Staten Island, going into Brooklyn, going into Queens, going into the Bronx, going into Manhattan. So there's a lot going on tomorrow. So the entire day there will be traffic chaos tomorrow in New York. So let's see if it's somehow possible to come over here without being in traffic for 4 hours, what is not uncommon, not uncommon, right? Then let's see what we can do tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow we will have here the New York City Marathon. Next arrival, we have a JetBlue flight coming in from London Heathrow. Wow, right? A 321 Neo. That's a 7 hours and 17 minutes flight. Looks like approaching 3-1 right. And we have a freighter coming over, Atlas Air, on a 777. A 777 freighter, 12 years old, in the former LAN Chile livery. And then we have JetBlue in the JetBlue Mint livery coming over to us on an A320. That's the boat from the NIPD patrolling here on the channels. And we see here JetBlue A320. That's a flight to Cancun in Mexico on a 320-200. 22 years. I don't like to say old. Don't like to say old. 22 years young, let's say it that way, on the new JetBlue Mint livery. Right behind is another JetBlue. That's a 321 Neo. That's a flight to Willemstad. That's from the NIPD boat. The waves. NIPD. That's a beautiful livery, isn't it? Big, big sucker for that livery. But I'm sorry, guys. I want to focus on this one. Atlas Air 777 freighter, former LAN Chile. Marie says that's a long flight for a narrowbody aircraft. That's right. That's right. But it becomes the new normal, right? So these 321neos, also the 737s, the Maxes, and also the A220, they are pulling off flights of about 6-7 hours with ease. Absolutely no problem for them. Here, Atlas 777 lining up, runway 31 left. That Atlas is going where? Of course, to Anchorage. #1 freighter destination from JFK. That's Anchorage. Marcus says the 321 long range of JetBlue have a comfortable seating, the more in full flat business class. Absolutely right. It's called the Mint. It's, from what I have heard, I think Kevin from LN Videos Live, him and Rudy, they went on several flights on JetBlue, and they both love it. The business class, it's a great product from what I have heard. So. Shout out to you, Kevin. Hope your shoulder, your arm is doing better. So I thought your Halloween show was fantastic. Nice decoration. Great job, Rudy. Loved it. It was a great show. Especially your sound effects were really awesome. Aviation said it could be Amsterdam as well. Yes, this plane is also flying into Amsterdam quite regularly, whilst we see the Air France A350-1000 landing in the background. Well, sometimes you don't know which one you should catch first. But takeoff very soon for this 777-200 freighter. Let's go. flight to Norfolk, Virginia with an Embraer 175 long range, and then behind we will have an 321. American Airlines, another flight to LAX, to Los Angeles. It's pretty cold here, guys. I'm sorry, it's pretty cold here. Hawaii would be definitely better. Definitely better. GX90 power, GE90, yes. And that's American Flight 3 to LAX. Next arrival will be Singapore Airlines Flight 26, service from Frankfurt, Germany, in a few seconds. Comes runway 31 right. Thank you, Marcus. That was Singapore 777-300. It used to be, in the past, 747-400 and then A380. I flew with both of them. I flew with the 747-400 and with the A380. I never flew on the triple. I was never on the 777-300 from them. Now this one is Delta, Flight 680. Service to San Francisco, and that's a 757-200, 28 years young. Next flight here, that's JetBlue flight 1965. Airbus 321neo, and that's service to Georgetown. That's another JetBlue 320 special livery flight to Montego Bay. Thank you, honey, my wifey, for a $9.99 super sticker. You are sending the first super sticker for this channel. The first super sticker for this channel. Thank you. Much appreciated. And Marcus is the first member of the channel. Membership number 1. And we see here Frontier, a 321 in Neo with service to Tampa in Florida. Beautiful Tampa, where I used to live. right, we saw Turkish Airlines 330-300 landing in the background. It is what it is. And Marcus, he has more heavies. Yes, Turkish 330-300 just coming in from Istanbul. And we have next British 777-200 coming in from London Heathrow, and then Delta 330-300 from Amsterdam. And then another Delta 767-300 service from Milan. All right. Next outbound is going to be American Airlines 737. That's a 900 service to Miami, Florida. Miami, we will see you soon. All right, next inbound will be JetBlue Flight 362 service from Bridgetown. That will be a 3-1 right arrival. And then we have Flair 737 Max 8. With service to Toronto coming up. It's a 5-year-old aircraft. And we also have Qatar 777, Qatar Airways 777-300 coming up. That will be the flight to Doha, currently on the taxiway. good. Qatar is coming up. We have currently an overflight. That's a Cessna 310. That's a private Cessna 310, what you hear right now on the microphone. Speaking about the microphone, need to adjust something real quick. What is Qatar doing? Intersection takeoff? That's Qatar Airways 777-300. Intersection takeoff. Fly to Doha. That was Qatar on the way to Doha. And voice is asking, do I hear waves? Yes, you do, you do hear waves, especially when a boat is passing by here on the channel, right? These are channels coming in from the ocean. And especially when a boat is passing by, you will hear the waves batter. Yes, Marcus, that's right. I am standing directly, literally directly at the water. When I was arriving in the morning, it was actually high tide to a point I've never seen it here. So I was walking actually a little bit through the water. So, well, I guess sometimes it happens, right? So, yes, it's directly by the water. So the laptop, my laptop computer is on a little cement wall, and behind that wall is the water. So when something trips over, it's in the water. And we have Delta 767-300 coming up here in just a few minutes. It's another flight to LAX. There's one here. Another flight to Los Angeles. This is flight 773. 767-300. 26 years young. Maurice said he must be heavy, he used a lot of runway. Well, there are several factors why they use a lot of runway. Weight is just one factor. They can also perform what is called a flexed takeoff. That's a takeoff with reduced power when the winds and the runways are long enough, and the winds complement that runway procedure. And this runway 31 left is one of the longest runways on a civil airport in the United States. I think it's the third longest runway in the United States. It used to be one of the emergency runways for the space shuttle, for the alternates for the space shuttle, right? So that's a heck of a runway here. So that's why also the Emirates 777 did what is called an intersection takeoff. That means they started their takeoff run not at the point where this Delta 767-300 currently lines up for runway 31 left. That was actually the Qatar 777 actually started the takeoff run a little bit further, like in front of the next taxiway coming into runway 31 left. Great. We have next arrival. It's gonna be British Airways 777-200 coming in from London Heathrow. Behind the trees currently. And there she comes. And that's Delta. Flight 337 with service to Seattle in Washington State on a 321 Neo. and we are only 20 minutes away from the highlight of the day. That will be Saudia 777-300 in the new Formula E livery. Coming up in just 20 minutes. Next arrival we have on 31 right, Delta Connection Flight 5316 coming in from Richmond in Virginia. And then next heavy inbound, it looks like a 31 left arrival will be Delta Flight 47, service from Amsterdam in the Netherlands with a 330-300. Keep fingers crossed that this will hopefully be a 3-1 left arrival. That would be amazing. Currently, it looks like. Now we have a little bit of a rush hour coming up, actually. That's nice. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes on their way to runway 31 left for departure. The first one that we see here, that is JetBlue flight 881, service to V4, wherever this is. I don't know, it's 1700 nautical miles. So it's about, what is it, like a 2.5 hours flight. But we want to focus now on the Delta 330-300 that is coming in, as far as I can see it right now, on 31 left. Just a few seconds. Nope. Swing over. Bomber. Swing her over to 3-1 right. Alright, it is what it is. This was Delta 330-300 800 that went over on runway 31 right. That was a service from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. What we hear right now is American Airlines. That's flight 2643 and a 737-800 flying to Charlotte in North Carolina. Next line up, this is JetBlue, flight 355, service to Providenciales, excuse me, Providenciales on the 321-200 on the CEO classic engine option. And we have a 767 here on 3-1 left. Finally, 3-1 left landing of a wide body. This was Delta flight 287, service from Milan in Italy. That is 767-300, 26 years young. Next inbound, what do we have? Next inbound, this looks like also a 3-1 left arrival. This is a Delta flight 127, 767-400. This looks, hopefully she's gonna stay on 3-1 left, but this is how it looks like at the moment. Yes, 3-1 left confirmed. Let's go over. 3-1 left arrival, 767-400. Just a few seconds. Here she comes. 767-400. There was a flight from Madrid in beautiful Spain. Next arrival on 31 right will be JetBlue. That's flight 1584, service from Orlando in Florida. Takeoff. That is Delta. Flight 2090, service to Orlando, Florida. Here we go. Just one flight arriving from Orlando. It was JetBlue, and now Delta is leaving to Orlando, Florida on a 321 classic engine option. 6 years young. Here we go. Takeoff to Orlando. This is flight 807 to Las Vegas, Nevada. Takeoff. Is JetBlue. Back-to-back takeoffs. Flight 1169, service to Punta Cana. Rush hour here at JFK. That is amazing. And we are all waiting for that one plane. What will be the highlight of the day? Saudia 777-300 with a Formula E special livery. Coming up in just a few minutes. Airlines. Flight 19 service to Portland in Oregon. That's a 737-800. That's what I meant with a flex takeoff. This is definitely a takeoff with reduced power. So what this means is they don't put so much load on the engines. It's a little bit better for the engine life. They just need a little bit more runway. But with this super long runway, it's absolutely no problem. All right, perfect. Ooh, quite busy. All right, what do we have right now? Let me see. What do we have in the chat? And we have Thomas. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Thomas, to you. Hello to all aviation fans in France, including Jens Planes and Friends. And Marcus, did someone say 767-400? Yes, Thomas, someone said 767-400. And Marcus said, yes, he said something streamed earlier today and now over the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, absolutely. And we have John. Welcome, John. Welcome to Planes and Friends. Welcome them from the stream. This time not from Chicago. This time from New York. We had a fantastic time in Chicago. And hey, you never know. Maybe we'll be back there soon. And Follow Me Aviation. Hello, Thomas. Thank you again for your fantastic show yesterday. And guys, if you haven't checked Thomas' channel, Thomas' YouTube channel, it's called Fluggesellschaft. Fluggesellschaft, F-L-U-G, Fluggesellschaft. Please feel free to check it out. Leave him a like and a subscribe. He will be very happy. He's doing a fantastic job over in Germany. It's mainly German-speaking channel, but also English-speaking. So, great channel. Please feel free to check him out and leave him a like and a subscribe. Questions are good. That's the reason. All right. Cool. All right. So we have shortly coming up Saudia 777-300 in the special Formula E livery. That's going to be the highlight of the day. We have currently on arrival Caribbean Airways 737 MAX 8 coming in from Kingston in Jamaica. And then we have DHL 767-300 coming up, flight to Cincinnati, Ohio. And landing up right now, that's Frontier. Flight 3545 to San Juan in the Willem de Stier Elder. What? Willem de Stier Elder livery. Okay, all right. Got this one. Awesome. Wilhelm the Stellar's Elder livery. That's a name. That's a mouthful. That is a mouthful. And Marcus with an update. More heavies in the next 20 to 45 minutes. Delta 767 from Rome. Atlas. Here we go. 747-400 from Anchorage. Delta 330 from Barcelona. Cathay 777 One World livery from Hong Kong. Coming up in the next 20 to 45 minutes. And now Takeoff Frontier. right. It's picking up now. Thank God it was a little bit quiet the last, I would say, 30 to 45 minutes was a little bit quiet. It's picking up now. That is good. This departure, what will come up? It's a little bit of an older lady, 22. Oh well, not so old, 22 years young. The 767, 300, BDSF. It's a Boeing converted super freighter. Lighting up now, runway 31 left, on the way to Cincinnati in Ohio. EgyptAir for DHL. Yeah, they have a bunch of like really old 767s ABX. I think they still operate the third or fourth oldest 767 in the world. So that's a rather younger one. Their oldest, I think, is 43 or 44 years old. This one is only 22. Takeoff. Air India coming up, and this is one of the highlights of today's show as well. This is with their brand new A350. Yes, with their brand new A350 service to Delhi. Victor Tango, Julio, Romeo, Fox. Their brand new A350. The plane is a year old, but for Air India, it's a brand new plane. Today here at JFK, coming up, currently taxiing on the way here to runway 31 left. And we are all waiting for the Saudia 777-300 coming over. Let me see what the expected departure time is for Saudia. Still estimated 12 o'clock. We are past 12 o'clock, so should come up, should show up, hopefully soon. But we see the Air India 350-900 already taxiing. and it's on the way. It's on the way to runway 31. Left. What do we have next? Yes, Thomas, I can hear some small sound issues. Thomas, I had an issue. That's a Rode external microphone. And by the way, breaking news, I can see Saudia here. It's coming up. It's happening soon. It's a Rode microphone, an external one. I did send it in. And I was going with Rode through the entire process, and we were like narrowing it down. They sent me a new one. Arrived last week, and the same crackling sound again. So, plan going forward is we will retire this Rode one, and we will upgrade to a Sennheiser. Not the cheapest, but the crackling sound will be gone. Let me decrease a little bit the gain of that one, so the crackling sound will not be so noticeable anymore. But that's a little bit of the problem. All right, want to have a glance? Want to have a look? You guys want to have a look on the Saudia? Oh, how does it look like? How does that look like? The highlight of the day. So the order for the new Sennheiser goes out tonight. Let's see if we will be here tomorrow, if it's possible to come here tomorrow because of the New York City Marathon. That's going to happen tomorrow. But the order for the new Sennheiser is going out tonight, and usually a couple of days until it's here, and then we will retire this. Not retire, not necessarily retire, but this microphone has some issues with the deeper frequencies. This is when you hear the crackling sound. Not so much with the midtones and the higher frequencies, but the deeper frequencies. This is when this crackling sound comes up, and when you Google it, it's a Rode NTG5. It's a very good microphone. It's a very good one. It's very sensitive. But for what we use it here, apparently not the right one. We will retire it or have it as a backup one going forward. Whilst we are waiting here for the Saudia 777. And now highlight after highlight. Air India 350-900, back-to-back action now. Great highlights, great planes, great liveries. Air India 350-900, first time I see it. First time I see it. Absolutely amazing. Coming up in just a few seconds on the way to runway 31 left. And John says Sennheiser German technology. Well, I don't know. It might be. But from what I have heard, no issues at all with that one. It's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit costly. I think it's about $1,000 or something. The good one, but it's gonna solve all these problems. That's what we're gonna do. Just the best for you guys. Just the best. And it's always good to have a backup, right? You never know. It's always good to have a backup. But for the next shows going forward, this is when we have a new microphone, a new external microphone. It's a shotgun. Oh, my wife didn't listen. And we also have Etihad 380. Coming up here shortly. And we have Tammy Adams. Hey Tammy, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome back. Was a little bit quiet over the past few weeks because Jens was very busy. Jens was very busy in the corporate world. And but there's some nice and some good streams coming, especially for the Thanksgiving time. We have some things planned, so let's see how the weather will be and where will be the best weather. This is where we will go. There are 4 airports, 4 great airports where I'm currently thinking about going, but we will make it depending to the weather. But promised it's gonna be Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. It's gonna be 2 great shows, but we will see where the weather will be the best. You know, Jens doesn't like to put all his equipment on a plane. Jens likes to drive to his destinations, and I don't mind driving for, I don't know, for 12 hours going somewhere as long as I have my full equipment with me. So there are 4 options currently where we will go on Thanksgiving and day after Thanksgiving. I will keep you posted. Where have you been? Yes, I mean, I was really busy working. The heavies are coming up. We have Emirates 380 on the way to us. And before we get to the Emirates, let's catch real quick another Delta 767-300. at that, guys. Look at that. The highlight of the day. Saudia 777-300 Formula E livery. The highlight of the day. What a beauty is that? Get some coffee, Tammy. Get some coffee. Yeah, nice livery. It is beautiful. What a beauty. What a beauty. And next one, Emirates A380. On its way to runway 31 left, flying back to Dubai. 6 years young. That would have been the ultimate highlight of the day with a new NBA livery, which our friends from New York City Aviation, Pete, catched on his inaugural flight on a Tuesday, also in beautiful sunlight and beautiful weather conditions. That's our next hunt, the Airbus 380 in the new NBA livery. But this Saudia one right now was absolutely stunning. Marco. Hi Marco, welcome to the channel, welcome to Planes and Friends. And Follow Me Aviation says goodbye, have a nice flight. Jens, thank you for your nice stream, you're very welcome, hope to see you soon. Maybe, not sure, maybe tomorrow, depends on the traffic, depends on how I can get here with all this crazy marathon, the New York City Marathon going on tomorrow. Roads will be closed, lots of detours. Let's see how this one could work out tomorrow. I cannot promise you anything, but if there's a way, then there's a will. And then we might do it, not sure yet. But now enjoy Emirates A380. And guys, that's gonna be another skyline shot. That's gonna be another skyline shot. And John says 88 degrees Fahrenheit in Dubai at 8 p.m. Yes. Absolutely. And Tammy, yes, that's my passion. Real quick, we have the time, guys. We have the time. 3-1 left arrival. That's why the Emirates 380 is waiting. Delta 330-300. That's what we just missed, guys. A 3-1 left 747 freighter arrival. How cool is that? I think that's the first time this happens, at least to me here. 747-400 freighter, 3-1 left arrival. Wow. Just right behind the Emirates 380. Beautiful skyline scenery today. I think that's the clearest day I've ever seen the skyline, right? I said that, I think, beginning of the year too, but today, like, it's a strong wind. It's really cold. My hands are freezing here. Don't get me wrong. I have 2 t-shirts. I have a hoodie, so I'm really wrapped well for this time of the year. But yeah. This is how clear the skyline is today. Amazing. Yeah, John. Sorry, I was I was so focused on the Emirates 380. So could have been waited for another few minutes. Let's say it that way. John was sending all the messages. I couldn't see it. I know I'm a one-man show here, so I was focusing on the 380. So, but thank you, John, for your support. Also, Marcus, once again, our moderator here. Thank you very much for your support. It's highly, highly appreciated. We have next inbound, another heavy Cathay in the One World livery. 3-1 right, 777-300, 11 years old, coming in from Hong Kong. Just a few seconds, right behind the trees. Comes. Right. Awesome. And guys, also we have great news. If you want to become a member of the channel, now it's possible. Now it's possible. The Chicago shows, they put us over the hump. Now it is possible. All right, what can we expect next? John says 14 hours and 23 minutes from Hong Kong. No way. You're absolutely right. It's absolutely no way I would do this either. I mean, not in economy class, let's say it that way. In business class, it might be a different thing, but not in economy class. And Andy Apps, afternoon from the UK near Gatwick Airport. Good afternoon or good evening to you, Andy. Nice to have you here. Welcome to Planes and Friends from JFK on a very breezy, cold Saturday afternoon. But the weather is absolutely fantastic. Andy, I'm sorry you missed the Saudia, the 777-300 in the Formula E livery. It was absolutely stunning. What a beautiful, beautiful livery this is. So we have another Air India 777-300 this time coming soon. We had the 350-900 from Air India earlier. First time that I saw it, right? I just saw it on the internet, on some videos from some other Af geeks. First time I saw it. What a beautiful livery! What a beautiful airline. 350-900 in the new livery as well. Yeah, thank you, Marcus. I'm gonna have a look at it. As I said, the only reason why I know on Thursday, when I hopped on the bus in Manhattan, on the Port Authority bus terminal, I saw a guy in like full marathon clothes running through the bus terminal. And this, it's just, guys, just in New York, you see that. And this is when I was remembering, oh, okay, it's that time of the year. And I looked it up, and also on the way here, I saw the first gates for the street closes for tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of things going on here in the city, but also in all of the boroughs here. Staten Island, this is where it usually starts. Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Bronx. So the New York City Marathon is being routed through all of the boroughs of New York City. So it's a lot tomorrow. So my plans are to come here tomorrow, because tomorrow most likely we will see a 04 runway operation with the same weather conditions. Blue skies, sunny, a little bit chilly, but the air absolutely clear. No haze, or not much haze, right? So my plans are to come here tomorrow, but with all the traffic, there will be road closures tomorrow. So I first have to see what is possible and what is not possible. I think coming here somehow is possible, but the interesting part is like going back, right? I can't stay here. I have to go to work on Monday, so I have to go back. So we will see how this one will go and what solution we can find. We have Air India now on the radar. That's 777-300, 11 years old, heading to Mumbai. And then we also have Asiana 350-900 on the radar, coming over to us in just a few minutes. Flight back to Seoul. Then what do we have on arrival? Currently only one aircraft on arrival. It's a JetBlue. An Embraer 190 coming in from Buffalo. It's in upstate New York. The state of New York is a big state of New York. It's a big state. It belongs to the largest 6 or 7 states in the U.S. It goes up all the way to the border of Canada, and a lot of people, they know, like New York, when they hear New York, you know, they remember the city, New York City, basically. But the state of New York is a big state. Is a big state. And in wintertime, let me tell you, it can be pretty cold. Pretty cold and windy as we have it right now, but it's just fall. But still the sun is nice, so it's not so super cold, but like December, January, February, it can be pretty cold and pretty nasty here in New York City, but especially also in upstate New York. And Marcus with the latest updates. ABX 76721 from Cincinnati, American 777 from London, Delta 330-200 from Frankfurt. These are the old Northwest 200s. American 787 from Madrid, Air France 777-300. Here we go. So a lot of good things going on. A lot of great things to expect. We also still have this bad boy here, what we are waiting for departure, the Etihad 330-800. So on in the morning when I was coming here, when you take the Bell Parkway, driving around the airport, right? You have to go all around the airport. He was landing right in front of me when I was driving down the Bell Parkway, right parallel to 31 right. He was landing right next to me. That was absolutely beautiful. And we have here Air India 777-300. Marcus, that's a 3FX. I'm not sure if this one was originally delivered to Air India. I don't think so, because Air India has a different sheet line around the windows. So I think this is one of the old Qataris, or could be, right? I'm not sure, but it's not originally an Air India plane. Thank you, Marcus, for the link. Yes, I will definitely have a look at it to see what is possible. To see what is possible. And whatnot. Hopefully I don't get sick with all that. Like, it's like the wind is really blowing into my face. I'm right by the water, so there's always some kind of wind. And with these temperatures now, the last time I was here, guys, I was baking in like 90 whatever degrees Fahrenheit here, together with my equipment. iPads went out, and the computer was barely making it. And right now I'm wearing 2 t-shirts, I'm wearing a hoodie. The good thing is I wear an over-ear headset, so it keeps your ears some kind of warm, so your ears don't freeze off. That's a good thing.
EgyptAir 767-200 coming in from Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, we have next Asiana A350-900 coming up here. It's on the way. Currently crossing runway 04 left. So it's going to be our next departure. And Mike says hello from La Crosse in Wichita. Hey Mike, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Planes and Friends on a chilly and windy and cold New York today. But we have blue skies and that is absolutely amazing. And Marcus, thank you for the update. This Air India is originally delivered to Etihad in 2013, returned to the leisure and stored in the end of 2021. All right. So FX3, I guess, is the customer code for the Boeing customer code for Etihad. Perfect. Thank you, Marcus. Then let's have a look on Asiana A350-900 on the way to Seoul. And that is flight 221. have here? Planes and boats. Look at that. Looks like a little bit of an emergency, huh? The towboat. The towboat. Good if you have that service here when your engine goes out. Bringing him back in. All right, but we are not a boats channel. We are a planes channel. That's why we are named Planes and Friends. Next departure. That's going to be American flight 167 to Tokyo, Haneda on the 787-9 Dreamliner. All right. The light gets better and better and better. And we are waiting for the Etihad 380, and not just for that one. And Daniel Jäger says, hi Daniel. Welcome to Planes and Friends. And Olaf says, Grüße aus Wermelskirchen. Grüße nach Wermelskirchen aus New York. Hallo Olaf. Schön, dass du da bist. My hands are ice cold, guys. My fingers are about to fall off, freeze off. All right. What do we have next? Guys, how did you like the Chicago show? I am so hooked on Chicago. That was absolutely phenomenal. That was phenomenal. We had really good luck with the weather, the runway operations. We had the Hello Kitty plane, right? We had the Hello Kitty plane, the EgyptAir, the 777-300, actually twice, right? But the second day was the last day. It was a Friday, which was coming in, and I had to depart the next day, Saturday, like super early at 5 o'clock to drive back home to New York. But Chicago was absolutely phenomenal and well worth going back. It's just like it's a 14 hours ride when you have no traffic from New York. 14 hours ride. But plans are to go back. Let's see when we can do it. If it's next year, might be. But Chicago was absolutely beautiful. And also the area around the hotel was pretty close by. The hotel was only, or is only 5 minutes away from where we were at that filming position. The traffic was great. A lot of cargo operations there. Also during the day, here in JFK you have a lot of cargo operations during the night and a lot of interesting freighters coming in here at JFK at night. Chicago you have 24/7 non-stop cargo operations. That was absolutely great. We had an emergency landing of World Global. The 747-400 was coming back, bound to Tokyo. Overweight landing, fire department, the whole 9 yards, and it was just a great experience. It's like 14 hours away by car, and the car don't take me, I will most likely not go. So let's see how this one goes. I loved it. I loved it a lot, actually. Whew. The plan is today till 3 o'clock. Maybe we want to end with Condor. What about that, guys? Do we want to end with Condor? Not sure when this flight is going to come in. Let me have a quick look at it. The Condor 330-900. The light is so great today. The Delta 330-200 coming in soon, the flight from Frankfurt, Germany. And we have Madrid, American Airlines for Madrid, and a 787-8, the baby liner coming in shortly. We have Swiss from Zurich on a 330-300 coming in shortly. Looks like all the flights from Europe, they are early by quite a lot. An hour, 45 minutes to an hour early. We have a Khalida for 2 o'clock, a 747-400 coming in later. Dubai, the flight from Dubai is at 3:30. That's that's Alpha 6 Echo Victor. That's unfortunately not the NBA livery. We have the A340-600 Lufthansa flight 400 coming in from Frankfurt, Germany at 2 o'clock, 2:12 currently. And then the Condor 330-900 coming in at currently at 2:50, the 330-900, and that's the blue one. That is the blue sea livery, blue stripes, Alpha November Romeo Tango. And then guys, what is the host's most favorite livery? Right? We cannot leave without ETA coming in from Rome at 2:40. At 2:40. So we're gonna take that one too. It's also like 45 minutes early. We have a Cargo Lux coming from Luxembourg and a 747-400, but it's delayed to 450. We will not stay that long. It's the retro livery. It is gonna be the retro livery. But it's like freezing cold out here when you stand in the wind the whole day. I don't want to get sick. And then at 3:35, we never got that plane. At 3:35, we will have Qantas from Auckland in a 787-900. What do you think? Do we want to end today's show with a Qantas? We never had the Qantas in our show here in New York. We never had it. Want to make a deal? Last plane today is going to be the Qantas at 3:30, ending with a highlight again. 787-900 Dreamliner from Auckland, currently estimated at 3:35. I think that's a good plan. I think that's a good plan. 2.5 hours from now, while we see American 777 approaching runway 31 right. Let's end the show at 3:35 with a Qantas 787-900 from Auckland. Is JetBlue flight 479 to Montego Bay. And Marcus says, planes and friends, unfortunately the ETA is not a blue one. Marcus, that doesn't matter. We will take it. We will take it. Which one is it, Marcus? Is it Alitalia? Or is it just a white one? And Marcus, I put your updates on the screen in just a few minutes. Just wanna cover that JetBlue takeoff real quick. All right, cool. All right, let's catch up with the messages. Marcus says, just checked Etihad 380. According to flight radar 24, the inspection departure is set for 5 a.m. tomorrow. Oh, here we go. Instead of 2:40 p.m. today. What a bummer. Well, we will not be here till 5 a.m. tomorrow. The park is going to close. The park is going to close later. All right, Marcus, Condor ETA is 2:48 p.m. from Frankfurt with blue stripes, and ETA from Rome, a white Born to Be Sustainable livery. Well, I can't remember that I catch that one, so yeah, okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Then Lufthansa 340-600 from Frankfurt is ETA 210. We talked about that one. And then Qantas sounds like a good closeout, especially with sunlight later on. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And Marcus, thank you for the link for the Qantas flight from Auckland. Much appreciated. Marcus, I'm gonna give you a call after the show, and let's see what we can do for Thanksgiving and the day after. Maybe there's something. I have an idea. Let's chat after the show. So we don't see Edia today. Would have been beautiful. If I'm gonna make it here tomorrow, I think I need 3 t-shirts. I think I need 3 t-shirts and a hoodie and something more. I don't know. It's really, really cold. We have another intersection takeoff now. That is Pepsi Korean cargo. Intersection takeoff Korean cargo. That's another flight to Anchorage. That's flight 250. Could be a light one. Whilst we see Delta 330-200 coming in from Frankfurt currently on 31 right. But let's focus here on this 777 freighter from Korean cargo. Takeoff. So 787-8, the baby liner. Another Alaska Airlines approaching runway 31 left. It's a flight to San Francisco, California. That's Alaska flight 15 on the 737 MAX 9. But before this one, we want to focus on our wide body. That's Air France 777-300 coming in from Paris. Charles de Gaulle. And we have another wide body, that's Swiss 330, 300. Coming in from Zurich in Switzerland. And Björn says, wow, Planes and Friends on air. Yes, we're back, Björn. And another inbound, it looks like Air Mexico. I have to find this thing here. It looks like some nice arrivals coming in now. We have another heavy coming in. That's American. 777-200. 23 years old. Flight 199 from Milan in Italy. Sorry guys, I want to make you dizzy. All right, that was American 777-200. Also not many 777-200s left here in the US. It's American. We have United. I think United has the oldest 777-200 that only flies domestic in the world. Cool. We know that Emirates is going to leave tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Whatever happened there, we don't know. Hope everything is fine. We have Air France Aviation and EgyptAir Aviation. Hi. Welcome. Said 4 heavies now back to back on 3-1 right. Yes, bring them. Bring them. On this beautiful fall day. Arrival. Currently approaching 3-1 left, but I think the one is gonna go over to 3-1 right. That's American. 2908 from Charlotte in North Carolina. We have JetBlue in the mid-livery, 320, coming from Jacksonville in Florida. An American Dreamliner, a baby liner, a 787-8 baby liner, currently approaching the 3-1s here in New York, JFK, coming in from Miami, Florida. Interesting. It might be a precision flight. It's a 2-hour flight, 2-hour 20 minutes around that from Miami, Florida. So that's unusual with a Dreamliner. So that looks like a precision flight. And that thing is a few minutes out. Then we have Delta Flight 141 in the 767-300 from Brussels. It's like 4 minutes out. Looks like we will get now some heavy operations from Europe. Hear the waves. The waves. All right. Let's go over to some 3-1 left arrivals. It's a CRJ 900 from Delta Connection. And a beautiful, beautiful afternoon light here in New York. We have next arrival on 31 right. That's gonna be the American Airlines 787-8 Dreamliner, the baby liner, coming from Miami, Florida. Here she comes. And Frontier 320. Now, what's the name of this bird? Let's see. It's a flight to Orlando, Florida. Chinook. The gray wolf livery. Beautiful. And the towboat on the way to to rescue another sailor. See, we don't have just planes, we also have boats. Towboat US. Hopefully everyone is safe and everything is okay. And we have look at that, Korean 380. Absolutely, yes. Come over. How many of you have ever flown in a 380? Björn is asking where I am located at. I'm in Bayswater Point State Park. It's in Queens. It's on the other side of the airport. And it's very windy, as you can see on the waves here. It's very windy, it's very cold. My fingers are like literally frozen. But I think I just need to get adjusted to the colder weather here for the winter coming up. So it's not necessarily temperature-wise cold, but like with the wind, it feels very cold. It feels very cold. I wear 2 t-shirts, I wear a hoodie, no jacket. I don't like jackets at all. I don't know. It's like, even in wintertime when I cannot wear a jacket, I will not wear a jacket if I don't need to. But I know, going forward, there is no choice. I have to. The winters here are a little bit different. Some days it's brutal cold and windy on top of it. And we are by the water here. And we also have EgyptAir 777-300 coming up here shortly. And we will stay here on Korean A380 on her way back to Seoul in South Korea. So guys, it is now possible, if you want to become a member of the channel, this is now possible. Chicago brought us over the hump. If you want to support the channel, if you want to support us going forward, it's highly appreciated. Thank you very much. We stick to the 380 whilst we see another 767 from Delta, 300 approaching 31 right at the moment. We might see her in the background landing, but let's stick to the 380. It's gonna be another nice skyline shot, guys. Are you ready? Sorry guys, the picture is shaking a little bit. That's the wind. I try my best. Korean 380 lining up now for runway 31 left. And right behind we can see the EgyptAir 777-300 heading to Cairo, Egypt.
that was Korean. And now we have EgyptAir 777-300 takeoff on her way to Cairo in Egypt. Hello. Hello. A barge. That was EgyptAir 777-300. They also fly with a Dreamliner with a 787-900 into New York. Thomas was telling earlier that it's not that easy to do plane spotting over at Newark Airport. I would say it's impossible there to film. I would literally consider it as impossible to film if you're not an employee and if you don't have access to areas where you usually don't have access, right? Without having IDs and stuff like that. For taking pictures, maybe a little bit better, but filming, I would consider it as impossible. And you know, the crazy thing is, Newark Airport is also being operated by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, the same port authority that operates JFK. But I don't know, it's difficult. It's very challenging. All right, good. Let's see. What do we have next? Marcus measured the distance from the camera to the runway. It's 1 mile. Yes, that's about what it is. That's about, it's pretty far away actually. So what you see here, the picture what you see on your screen is mostly filmed with 600 millimeters. So, you know, this is where it becomes very challenging to operate the camera in
in tilting, but also in panning, because every little touch to the handle of the camera is going to be a shake what you see in your picture. So when you're closer to the airport, that really helps a lot. That really helps a lot. But most of the pictures you see from this position here is with 600 millimeters. This is why I enjoy so much filming here 04 operations, but also 22, because you're way closer to the runway and you need maybe 150 to 200 for these planes, and that's a big difference. And Terry Ferrero says hi. Hi Terry, welcome to Planes and Friends. Nice to have you here today on this sunny day, and the wind actually gets less at the moment. That is beautiful. So I can feel the sun in my back. Oh, that feels so good at the moment. It feels so good at the moment. Nice. Okay. Let's see, what do we have next? We have Turkish, flight 4. Currently taxiing to runway 31 left. It's a 330-300, 9 years old. Tango Charlie, Juliet, Oscar, Foxtrot is the registration. 330-300. Nice. We have Japan Airlines Flight 5 also on the radar, currently sitting on the ramp. That's a 350-1000. And it shows like brand new as of March this year, 2024. So our next departure looks like will be Turkish Airlines, 330-300. On the way back to Istanbul in Turkey. And Björn says we have 7 degrees Celsius right now. Yeah, this is how it feels here, Björn. This is how it feels here. It's like the wind is calming down at the moment, so that's a good thing. But until like half an hour ago, like my fingers were literally freezing. It was hard to operate the camera. So it's calming down a little bit and feels so good with the sun in your back. That's really nice. No, Björn, you're good. You're good. It's just like it feels like 7 degrees Celsius here, but I think it is. We are in the like whatever 17, 18 degrees Celsius. So it's not like it's not temperature cold. It just feels cold. This is how it is. It just feels very cold. we have a 3-1 left arrival. Let's go and get it. That is a 767-300 from Delta. All right, to Turkish 330-300 flight to Istanbul. Here she goes. I think she has to wait a little bit for Delta Airlines to clear the runway. Hey Juliet, welcome to Planes and Friends. Welcome to this beautiful afternoon here in New York. The day before the New York City Marathon. It's gonna happen tomorrow. But now takeoff, Turkish Airlines 330-300 back to Istanbul. That is not a 777, guys. That's a 220. It sounds like a 777. This is a JetBlue 220.
right. Next arrival here on 31 left. Alright, this was Viva. Currently not much information here. One flight radar, but it was a 320. That was a 320 Neo, and we have another arrival here on 31 left. That looks like Delta with a 330. Coming up in just a few seconds. Just behind the trees, and here she comes. Perfect. Perfect. What a beautiful light today on this Saturday afternoon. Here at JFK Airport, on the south side of the airport, in Queens, on Bayswater Point State Park. And Marcus has updates for us, more long-haul arrivals. Thank you, Marcus. In the next 20 to 30 minutes, Aer Lingus 330 from Dublin. Then 3 times from Paris, JetBlue 321 long range or Neo, American 787-800 and Delta 767-400. And then Lufthansa 340-600 from Frankfurt, Delta 330. And then Kalida 747. Awesome. Thanks, Marcus. And we have another 31 left arrival. Let's take this one. That's Delta 321.
Now approaching 31 right, that is Aer Lingus Shamrock, flight 105 from Dublin in Ireland. In just a few seconds. Marcus, yeah, I just missed it. It's just like when you're a one-man show here, it's a little bit of a challenge. All right, let's grab this guy here, Shamrock from Dublin. And this is Japan Airlines 350-1000, the flight back to Tokyo, Haneda. That's another 220. It's like the engine noise of a 777, but it's only a 220. And these little planes, boy, they have range. Boy, they have range. 7 hours or something, 6-7 hours. That's crazy. Guys, we are only 3 likes away from 100 likes. If you like what you see, we would be very happy if you leave a like, if you leave a like and a subscribe. It would help the channel grow. We currently have 97 likes. I know, not much for you guys out there or for the big channels. For a small channel, it is a lot. Believe me, it is a lot. So grateful for every like, for every subscribe. It's also possible now to get a membership if you like, if you want to help to grow the channel. And we are grateful here for everyone watching, for everyone leaving a like and a subscribe, or deciding to go with a channel membership. Thank you very much for your support. Now we are following Japan Airlines A350-1000 on their way back to Tokyo, Haneda. It was the good old times where they operated the MD-11s. They were called the Jaybirds. The Jaybirds, the MD-11s.
Nice. All right. What else do we have? We have another baby liner coming in. Flight from Paris. That's American flight 45. Just a few seconds. And we have a private jet on the runway. Flight LXJ 463. 2 white planes. And this is a Gulfstream of 450. Not many here. They usually go to Teterboro. Some of them go to New York, but then most of them they go to Teterboro. That's a short hop. White Plains, New York. That's a short hop. All right. We also have ANA 777-300 coming up. It was my hope today that we will see the Pokemon, but they send the regular one, and that's perfectly fine. Montreal Nonstop to Riga. This is insane. Okay, only with on board, but still nearly 8 hours. That is absolutely insane. In a 220. Imagine that. In a 220. So that flight is, it's all Nippon. Flight 109 to Tokyo, Haneda. That's a 777-381.